Following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys! This is Mick Shots, streaming live on DallasCowboys.com and the official Dallas Cowboys app. Now, here are Bill Jones, Heckma Harrison, Everson Walls, and Mickey Spagnola.
Go! Go! Dallas Cowboys! It's the go team of the senior pros. Let the whole world hear our bugles blow. Stand up! Stampede! Go you Dallas Cowboys!
Oh, what a fabulous football fight song Friday here inside the SWBC podcast studio. This is Mick Shots, Bill Jones, Mickey Spagnola, and Nate in Frisco is here on this Friday.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Nate Newton. How are you doing?
How you guys doing, man? So quickly, who is Oklahoma playing and who is Missouri?
Oh, you've got Ole Miss.
Oh, that's good. That's gonna be a great
Good
game.
one, 11 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, great game. How about
11
you?
a.m.
Missouri's got Vanderbilt.
Oh,
Vanderbilt trying to be a.
I hate Vanderbilt. That is
They'll nag you. They just nag you.
Yes.
They got a Heisman Trophy candidate at quarterback.
That Pavia is a pain in the
Yeah, but you just if you play smart, you can get them.
You know,
Don't
what
make
they
that mistake.
Remind me of,
Who that?
you know, maybe when you were growing up and there wasn't a lot of air conditioning in the summer and you had to have your windows open.
Right.
That mosquito in the dark that kept
Yeah.
buzzing around.
Yeah.
Couldn't find it. That's Vanderbilt.
That's Vanderbilt.
Okay, Mickey's looking at. So I thought he was looking at toys or something here,
Right.
And he's looking at something that's got Denver Broncos stuff
Broncos
all
PR
over.
staff.
The Extra Mile is
Yeah,
what it's
how
called.
about
What is that?
They put it out today, like just little notes that they wanted to update that maybe weren't.
It looked like something out of a catalog.
Yeah.
And he was looking for kids' toys or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I thought that was a pretty neat little deal.
Huh. Okay. The Extra Mile. Can you find this someplace?
It's,
you have to be
they
a member
sent
of the
it.
media.
No,
to
they
get
sent it out as an email
Oh, okay. All right.
to. I mean, I got it, so I'm assuming all the media people got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which brings us to, okay, so you took us quickly to Saturday. We got through Saturday now. And the reason that Heckma is not here today, I believe, although he didn't specify this, he's got a high school football game he is calling at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Two of the state's top-ranked teams are squaring off in Prosper, just up the road.
The Prosper Allen game.
Allen Eagles rank second in the state, and the Prosper Eagles rank seventh in the state. It's a big district clash, and they had to move it up to 1 o'clock this afternoon because there's supposed to be rain tonight. And a lot of the high school games got moved to Thursday night, but that one got moved to 1 o'clock. So he's calling that game, I believe. And that's
So what
why
do
he
they
couldn't
do?
be
Call
here.
school off on Friday?
I have no idea. I don't know.
For a
Probably half
football
day.
game?
Half
Yeah.
day, go to the football game.
Sports are huge. That's that.
You know what that also is? It's a matchup of the two of the greatest college stadiums
Yes.
in the nation.
Yes.
I say college stadiums because Allen, if you're familiar with Allen's 15,000 seat stadium,
It's
and then
nice.
Prosper's is just as nice
Yes.
as Allen. Might not be quite as large, but it is just as nice.
Is it it's at Prosper?
It's at Prosper. There's a reason they call it Prosper.
Yeah.
They're
They're
Prosper.
very prosperous up there.
Yeah.
All right. So that aside, now Cowboys Broncos. This is a very nice matchup on CBS, by the way.
Oh,
with Jim
very
Nantz
nice.
and Tony Romo on the call. 3:25 as Nate takes on his serious face now.
You know, this is one of the games that I have really studied, and I want to give Chris Beam a lot of credit because he hooked me into a film place where I can just go break down runs, passes, and this thing. And I'm not going to divulge what it is, but it is beautiful what he's giving me. I don't know. He ain't told me I could tell everybody, so I'm not. But it breaks down runs. It breaks down everything. So So I got to be quiet about that. But I love it, and I've watched a bunch of film. And just what questions do you guys have that you want to discuss about these Denver Broncos?
I want to discuss why they've been so productive putting pressure on opposing quarterbacks.
Because they stop the run, and they're very good at it. They give up 93 yards a game, probably 3-point-something. It's probably 93 or 98, and they give up probably around about 3.4 or 3.8 yards a game. They earned the right to have 34 sacks. They have two guys one with 6, Jonathan Cooper, the outside defensive end. They got Nick
Bonito from the University of Oklahoma.
Yeah, he got 8. He's the other guy, and they got their defensive ends. They play a 3-4. Their defensive ends, I think one of them has 6, and the other one of them has 3, and the other one has about 4 or 5. These guys can rush. Everybody gets in on this party. You got 4 or 5 guys with 2 to 1 sacks, and you got 5 guys with, I think, 4 or more, 3 or more sacks. And so where they get you at is when they go a 4-man line, they can always rush a linebacker. They don't take people off the field they have a rotation of guys, and they don't take people off the field like most teams where you actually see guys running on and off the field. They don't do that. They can go to their dime package.
They do it by series.
Yeah, and they can go to their dime package, and they can let 2 linebackers be with the corner. With the corner on a slot. They ain't got to take a linebacker off. They are just that good, and what they do well, and what proved it for me was the Giants game, is they don't stop playing. At all costs, they are going hard. Even when they had the 4 bad plays that they blew, they were all going in the wrong direction, 100 miles an hour. They're very athletic. They adjust to every formation. You can see everybody's talking. Communication, they do not lack communication. Now, it showed up bad in the Giants game until the 4th quarter, but they, for the most part, are always hooked to their guys. You can see where they're trying to get to their gaps, whether they're trying to get to their zones, whether they're playing man-to-man. This is a well-coached team. I'm not saying we should be scared of them, but we should be very wary, because if they looking at the offense that we have seen for the last 6 or 7 weeks, they're going to be prepared for Dak.
So then why did the Giants, with a rookie quarterback with 3 games of experience, expose them for 32 points?
Like I said, if you go back and look at the film, 4 bad plays where they had a running back ran for 40 yards for a touchdown. The defensive end slanted in, the linebacker slanted in, and the safety that came back. They all slanted in. And it just a gaping hole. And the one guy that could have maybe stopped it, his responsibility was the guy that was going out into the flats. So he went with the guy in the flats, and that guy just ran straight up the field. I'm like, wow, they blew a run stunt. They blew it. Nobody had outside contain. So, and then one guy caught a ball that popped up, and the tight end got it. Mm-hmm. Another guy, they just let the tight end just run right up the seam. The linebacker looked at him, the safety looked at him, and everybody just turned around like they had their man. And the guy was running wide open. But the thing about, like I tell everybody, for as bad as they played against the Giants, guess who won the game?
The Broncos.
Now you can, like I tell people, and I'm giving you what I saw, but at the end of the day, guess who won the game? Each game is different. I think that our offense is super, super great. Dak is super, super great. CeeDee Lamb, super, super great. Pickens, super, super great. Solid running back in Javonte. Offensive line played well against Washington. Super. I have no problems with that. I mean, but they're going to have to be at their best to get this team. They're going to have to come with their best because I've seen their offensive line. If you looked at any film, you look at Denver's offensive line, that thing is something special. That thing is something. It is a entity. It is not 5 guys that's playing separately. It is a entity that moves on you, especially in the run. It moves on you.
So
let's talk more about the offense, Denver's offense here in just a second. But what were you?
I was going to say, so how much does it help the Cowboys' offensive line if BB can play, or does that not make a difference the way Brock Hoffman's playing?
The thing is, they have a guy his name is DJ Jones, number 93. This dude is a spark plug. Mm-hmm.
He's only 6 foot tall, 6 foot 305 pounds is what he's listed.
That's why I call him a spark plug. He controls the run. You will see him. Centers, for some reason, they think they can single block this little spark plug, and the next thing you know, he's in the middle of your center, and all he's put there for is to make your running back hesitate. Just not make a big cut back, but just hesitate because he's playing on the other side of the offensive line. He is pushing your center back. Him and number 96, I can't even pronounce his name.
Uwazurike.
And the rest of the guys, they rallying. They running 100 miles an hour. They are rallying. That is the only team that has beat them up run-wise is the Colts. They're the only team that beat them up run-wise. Everybody else got handled. And it was not because of Alex, number 99, or the other kid, or either
Zach Allen, 99.
Yeah, yep. Not even Benito. Those guys, they are great run defenders, but that little number 93 and that little number 96 will get in your middle and control your center.
So you're telling me then that the Cowboys need to be able to run the ball
yes, they do, sir.
Effectively.
Yes, they do. If they can run for 120, 130 yards, and each game is different. I could be totally wrong. But if the Cowboys can get up 120, 125 yards rushing, and I'm talking about in the first half, stay with the chains, have around 65, 70 yards rushing in that first half, make them stay honest. Don't let I call him Fungus, number 9. His name's something else. He's a Samoan young kid that can ball. That comes from
Fungus.
Yeah, I call it because he is he will be any and everywhere.
Former 49er.
Yeah, he's a former and he will be any and everywhere. Some coaches, I think, I have a lot of respect for their head coach and Vance Joseph. I do. And that's the defense coordinator. I have a lot of respect for them. And they're going to be, for the most part, the Giants game, the exception, they're going to be where they're supposed to be or close to where they're supposed to be. We need to run that ball effectively. We cannot, I've asked a few people, I said, can we throw the ball 65 times and win? And everybody said no.
No.
Well, if that's the case, you got to run the ball. Mm-hmm. We have to run the ball. If Blue is not ready, let Javonte carry it every time. Because this is a game, I don't want to figure out if Blue ready to go. I need to know that everybody's hitting on all. This is a game, I think, Mick, and I think, Bill, that can make a difference on whether you use your draft picks.
That's right. That's exactly right.
If we go up there and fall on our behind, I wish Mr. Jones and would do some of them draft picks. I'd be up there for the first time acting like Mike Irvin on one of his rants.
This is the critical game to determine, because what you're looking at, you're 3-3-1 right now.
That's right.
If you win this game, you're 4-3-1. You got. And it's not a given that you beat anybody in this league.
That's right.
You got Arizona at home on a Monday night the day before the trade deadline. And if you win this game, then trade talks intensify.
Yeah, they do.
Because you're basically making a decision on a trade even before you play Arizona, even though the trade deadline is the next.
Because you're going to need a partner. You're going to need a trade. I'm not.
Right. And so you're working the phone lines. You're talking, and you have the opportunity. If you win this game, you're going to be favored against Arizona. You're going to be favored against the Raiders on the road 2 weeks later on a Monday night, and you have a chance to get to 6-3-1 heading into Thanksgiving week.
Bill,
if you win this game,
couldn't have put it no better.
That's how big this game.
But all this other stuff about what we should do and throwing hints about what we should do, and I've asked everybody that did a podcast at one time or another, what would you do? And it's only a few of us saying it's predicated on these next few games. People just want you to react. And I'm not a react guy like that. I'm a guy that likes to think. But the problem with all of us thinking, ain't none of us sitting up there with Will and Jerry and Steven. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know what they think. Now, Mick may have a little more of an inside scoop, but he's not going to share it with us.
Well, I appreciate that.
Here's the other thing to consider on the Giants is this is a different Giants team, even though it didn't look like that when the Cowboys played the Giants because Russell Wilson lit up this defense for 4 touchdowns, but and 37 points, whatever it was. Jackson, this is a different team with Jackson Dart.
Yes, it is
for them,
and Scatterboo, one man,
and Scatterboo's the other one. Yep,
he's a
both
one man.
They weren't using
team.
him the same way the second week of the season that they're using him now, and so just keep in mind the week before they beat Philadelphia 34-14. This Giants team did, and so. Don't downplay. I say don't downplay what the Broncos were able to do to come back to beat.
Don't downplay this year with no team. Don't downplay no team this year. The way field goals are getting blocked, the way punts are getting deflected, the way guys are kicking out of bounds more than ever. This is a weird year.
Hey, the Chargers last night. The Chargers blew out the Vikings, 7-10. 3 weeks into the season, they were 3-0, and everyone's talking about, oh, wow, the Chargers, man, they're a beast to contend with. And then Jackson Dart and the Giants beat the Chargers.
Yes.
Okay. And then they went into a lull, and now they're back up. One of the main reasons to a big offensive lineman here is they had lost Rashawn Slater in the preseason. They lost Joe Alt, fifth pick in the draft last year.
And he came back
last night.
Yes.
When you look at their offensive line last night, and then you look at what the Vikings were trotting out there, they lose Christian Darrisaw, their left tackle, on the ninth play of the game. They were playing without their right tackle, Brian O'Neill. It makes a huge difference what's going on in your offensive line. The other thing I want to point out on Denver's defense is to echo basically what Nate is just saying. If you look at the way they put together their defense and their investment in their defense, these are just some salary numbers.
Yes, sir.
Nick Benito, number 15, their edge rusher, had 13.5 sacks and made the Pro Bowl last year, and he's probably going to have more sacks than that this year. He got a 4-year, $106 million contract. Number 99, Zach Allen.
Yes.
4 years, $102 million. Both those guys are under contract through 2029. Pat Surtain, their cornerback, who's the Defensive Player of the Year in the league last year, 4 years, $96 million. He's now under contract through 29. Jonathan Cooper, their other edge guy, number 0, 4 years, $54 million. He's under contract through 28. Hufanga, 3 years. They signed him in free agency from San Francisco, 3 years, $39 million. DJ Jones, number 93, the big guy you're talking about in the middle, he got 3 years, $39 million. Dre Greenlaw, who's not playing in this game, signed in free agency from San Francisco, 3 years, $31.5 million. The list goes on. John Franklin Myers, the other edge guy, defensive end, number 98, 2 years, $15 million. Brandon Jones at safety, 2 years, $26 million. They've invested in their Alex Singleton, who is already there, a linebacker, 3 years, $18 million.
So now,
yes, sir.
Tell me this. How much is that guy making?
Who is that?
The quarterback.
He's making. We know he's on a rookie
He's
contract.
first round draft pick.
So
Yeah,
they've got all this money that they can spread out to other parts of the team.
But
right?
They got a wide
I
receiver,
think-
Cortland Sutton. They gave 4 years, $92 million.
So, but everybody's making around what, $25 million a year. They're not the highest paid players at their position.
in NFL history.
See, when Bill was reading that, the only thing kept coming into my mind, he kept saying 29, 28.
Yes.
And I'm saying, these dudes, they are not even signing them if you're not making a sacrifice for this team. They're not even signing them. Just think, they're not even signing them.
No one in that list
That's what I'm saying.
is making $47 million a year.
Brother, you ain't got an impressive. I
you
I
heard
may
it,
can't,
right?
can't read and pronounce well, but I can still decipher some numbers now. I tell people like this. This has got to be the most quietest, most arrogant coach that I know of, and Coach Sean Payton. He is quiet, but he is arrogant. And his players, if you see, they play that way. I'm watching the Giants film probably totally different than most people watching it because I want to know what happened, the reason they were down. And I saw it. Their communication was way off that day. It was way off. They barely lost to the Colts, who has a darn good team. They rushed for 167 yards, 165 was by Jonathan Taylor. This kid is chopping up the league. Their quarterback is matured. He's a man now. And they done changed his name. So, I mean, he went from Saul to Paul. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, we need to get a break, man. We need to get a break and come on back, huh?
All right. That
Yeah.
sounds good. And
Yeah.
we'll turn our attention to the offense. There's one other thing that I want to point out on the coaching staff, too, when we for the Broncos. When we come back here in just a moment on Mick Shots.
The National Medal of Honor Museum is now open in Arlington, Texas, just a few blocks from AT&T Stadium. Immersive exhibits and exciting technology allow you to fly a rescue helicopter mission in Vietnam and have conversations with virtual Medal of Honor recipients. Come be inspired by these incredible stories of ordinary Americans who did the extraordinary. Get your tickets at mohmuseum.org.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Hey, Cowboy fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience the best sports venue in the world, AT&T Stadium. Also, tour the Star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your package today.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Back to Mick Shots.
Cowboy fans, play the all-new Cowboys Kickoff Quest Fortnite Finishers powered by Lenovo. Search map code 9883-5619-8599 at Fortnite.com to start your adventure. Plus, earn a secret code when you download the Cowboys app connected by AT&T.
Okay, one thing I wanted to point out about the Broncos coaching staff. In fact, Brian Schottenheimer brought it up when we were taping the coaches show yesterday. He's got a lot of respect. Same thing Nate's talking about, Sean Payton's coaching staff and Vance Joseph and Jake Ferguson, Cowboys tight end, first tight end in NFL history, first 7 games of a season to have 50 catches and 6 touchdowns. Is that right?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that now?
Jake Ferguson, Cowboys tight end. He's the first NFL tight end ever in the first 7 games of a season to have 50 catches and 6 touchdown passes.
You know, a lot of people tease this about this kid because he's got a 6.2 average, but half of his passes where he's checking a rusher. And I mean, he'll stop. He may not block him, but he'll stop and make the rusher hesitate. Or he'll be at the end of the line and he'll wait till the last minute to go out. He's been a part of the run game, and that we praise the 49ers when they do stuff like that. But we seem to not understand that our guy's basically doing the same thing. I'm not saying he's a big play guy. I'm not saying that he's can average 20 or 30 yards a catch or even 15 yards a catch, but understand how they are using Ferg. He has been more than an adequate run blocker, and he's still part of the passing game protection.
You know how many yards per catch George Kittle had in his return on Sunday night against Atlanta in a 20-10 win over the Falcons? He had 0.0 yards per catch because he had no catches. He only had 2 targets in the game, and he had like 55 snaps.
Yes.
Okay, to your point,
yes,
the way they use their tight end, he's got to be a part of the run game. And
you know, the big problem with that is Ferguson doesn't get noted for his blocking. He gets noted for when he misses one.
Yeah,
and
but
it's like, oh, he can't block.
I don't worry about people like that.
Yeah,
those are non-football people. I don't worry about people like that.
All right. So anyway, the reason I bring up Jake Ferguson and related to the coaching staff for the one of the most interesting matchups I think in this game is the Broncos assistant head coach, defensive pass game coordinator. He's in his 2nd year with Denver, Jim Leonard, who is a legend at the University of Wisconsin, playing for Jake Ferguson's grandfather, Barry Alvarez, from 01 until 04. And you just think about Jake Ferguson, he's, 27 years old or so, so he would have been around from age 3 to age 6. He's hanging around the Wisconsin practice facility, at his granddad's work, whatever. And Jim Leonard, who is a walk-on, 5'8" safety out of tiny Tony, Wisconsin, population 105. Okay, he becomes a star at Wisconsin. He goes on to play in the NFL for a decade as a 5'8" safety, started for the Jets when Brian Schottenheimer was the offensive coordinator. Leonard comes back to Wisconsin and became the interim head coach for a little bit, as they were between head coaches, and then was the defensive coordinator at Wisconsin when Jake Ferguson and Jack Sanborn played there, and now he's at the Broncos. But anyway, the game within the game, you get in the weeds here, and one of the primary guys on the Broncos side trying to figure out how to stop the Cowboys offense, which features Jake Ferguson, is this guy, Jim Leonard, who played for Jake's granddad at Wisconsin.
You know,
now you know the rest of the story.
The thing that amazes me is how you can praise Coach Schotty and Dak on how they are running this offense, but you refuse to look at the whole picture of it. How does Ferguson fit in? He fits well at what they're asking him to do. And how the kid 33 is doing, Javonte. Now, I would like for him to run the ball more, but I understand developmental players with Blue and stuff like that, with the other kid being hurt. How he is using CD when he comes back, how he took advantage of the routes that George Pickens run, and how he put them into his game plan. I am admiring the way he's doing this thing. And for all of y'all that keep wondering why he does the fourth and whatever, how he does it, he is protecting his defense. He is protecting his defense. He is protecting his defense. When he going forward with a minute left in the half, he's protecting his defense. He is trying to score every chance he got. We killed McCarthy for not doing it. Love this coach because he is doing it. But it's going to be a game or two where it might not work, so don't flip back on the other side, okay? I'm telling you that now. Thank you, Bill, for letting me get that out.
I love that. I love that. Yep.
That's a really good point.
It's a lot easier to go for it when you got a good offense, too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
So, having said that, we probably should touch on the injury report real quickly. It sounds like Diggs is out, still in concussion protocol, and at least Schottenheimer said it's leaning that way. So he hadn't practiced all week. He's not.
So you expect when the practice report comes out this afternoon, it's going to be out.
Out. And I got a feeling Wanye Thomas.
The migraine is what he's been dealing with.
It's a migraine, and he was wearing glasses. So he's having Schottenheimer said it goes back to training camp because he was having the same effect with his eyes. Now, they've got him, they had him listed as limited, but I don't know. And if he's not out there, then you're pretty thin at the safety position.
But you're in the same boat you were last week because you didn't play last week either.
And you had Bell.
Where'd he go? Where did Marquise Bell go to college?
He went to Florida A&M.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, appreciate that.
Yeah.
And so, but last week, Donovan Wilson did play, but he hasn't practiced yet this week. He's got an elbow and a shoulder. So if he doesn't go, then you're talking about Bell and John A. Clark at safety because Hooker's been out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So your safety positions all of a sudden getting really, really thin.
The thing is this right here. I said it after this past game. Our defense played good. I need them to play 10 to 15% better this week.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go overboard about this season. I told you guys when I was fortunate enough to be on your show during training camp and a little bit afterwards, I think this team, once after the third or fourth week, your team is settled on who they are. And this is who we are. And we can get better. Because we leave a lot of mental plays out on the field, not physical plays, but mental plays where if you just take care of the little things, you will be physically in place. And so we have to be better. They mixed in man. Okay, they mixed in man, but I still saw a few guys running free. Thank God these receivers weren't too good. They were God, I hate to call people garbage, but they were practice players. That saved me from saying garbage.
It would have been their fourth, fifth, and sixth.
Yeah, and I don't want to call nobody because it's hard to play in the NFL.
They had a few drops.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, they did, Mick. That's an understatement, but
I should have said
even
full of drop. Yeah.
Even Zach Ertz, their veteran tight end,
Yeah, so
wasn't hanging on the ball.
I always think that sometime in the season you need a reprieve. As a coach and as a staff and as players. And this past week was Coach Eberflus had a chance to say, I'm not the show this week.
Yeah.
And so now that gives him a week to relax, not relax, but, to reset and to say, okay, got Courtney Sutherland, we got the Fry kid.
Mims.
We got Mims Jr. So how do we attack this?
But didn't you think they attacked more?
They did because they had extra guys
up front.
Yeah, with man, you get an extra guy to rush if you choose to do that. A lot of times,
also,
in man,
the quarterback's not getting the ball out as quick.
Yes, so
and by the way, you asked me to ask someone about that yesterday, and that's what he said.
Yeah,
the difference. it was playing more man, it appeared that there was getting more push from up front because the quarterback's not getting the ball out as quick.
Okay.
Because guys, when you're up on a guy, when you present him, sometimes guys will take an extra step to set you up. Whereas when you just back up off the ball, they enter this runs much quicker.
Yeah.
And if it's shorter routes and you backing up 20 yards and giving him the first down, he's just turning around, quarterback getting rid of that thing before he even turn around. So
some people would say, okay, well, why don't you just play man all the time? Well, you, as has been proven, even this season, sometimes when you play man, you get beat too.
Yeah, because
sometimes your cornerback who's made the Pro Bowl in the past will slip and fall down, and the guy's wide open for a touchdown, right?
Or your other two outside corners, because the way they've started playing it, Elam's on one side, they got Bridges on the other, and Bland in the slot. Now, your outside guys, Bridges, now he talked about him, thought he played, he said he played excellent last week. But again, that's a guy that they picked up off waivers. Nobody wanted him, right? And you're starting him.
I mean, what people haven't talked enough about is the not playing more man early in the season, I believe, is a product of the corners dealing with injuries.
They were.
I mean, you had Trayvon had major surgery in January.
And then Bland
missed 2 games. He missed the Chicago game, and he missed the next game. And, I mean...
And Elam is a guy that Buffalo basically gave away.
Right. And so the safer defense is the zone.
The thing is... We're not a world of trying to solve problems. We're a world of how can I pile on and, let me be the first to get this out. Let me be the first. Because they don't have to think about the ramifications of how that locker room is going to be and what players you have and don't have. Coaches got that job. We don't have that job. So we can say basically what we want to say within reason, and that's what everybody, but it does – keep the tickets flowing and keeps us.
Well, and even Elam, Schottenheimer said he played a little tighter in his alignment, like he was backing off, right?
Yes.
Instead of being aggressive, and so when you're in zone and you're backing off, that guy's got all the space in the world to deal with.
All right. You mentioned the Denver offensive line earlier, okay, and that you've been impressed with them. Let me throw some numbers at you.
And I got a little thing to say after you.
By the way, when Sean Payton took over there, the first thing that they did, the very first thing they did,
yes, sir. Tell them
they invested in their offensive line. And
no quarterback, no wide receiver, no DB, no linebacker. Tell them,
they
Bill.
signed in free agency Ben Powers from Baltimore, who, by the way, is hurt right now, but they signed him to a 4-year, $52 million deal. He was the left guard before getting hurt. He's been replaced by Alex Palczewski, who was a undrafted guy 2 years ago, and he has started the last couple of games for them. Their right tackle, Mike McGlinchey, former 49er, was also signed in free agency, 5 years, $88 million. They re-up Garrett Bowles, their left tackle. He's under contract through 28, former first-round draft pick, 4 years, $82 million. Luke Wattenberg was a fifth-round pick. He's in his free agent year. He's the center. Quinn Miners is the other one, third-round pick 5 years ago, 4 years, $72 million. And there's your offensive line for him.
I tell people, and the great general manager used to be for the Ravens. He's retired. He was a tight end.
Ozzie Newsome. He
said, I don't draft to satisfy fans. I don't draft for excitement. I draft to build a team for longevity. That's Sean Payton.
Mm-hmm. That's what you're doing there. And
he's building a team for longevity. So when that quarterback do need to be paid, you may have some room to pay him.
And that's what happened with the Cowboys, going back to your era, that offensive line. But also when Jason Garrett took over, the first thing they did was, Tyron Smith and Travis Frederick, Zach Martin.
Yes.
And that's basically what's been happening here the last few years, too.
Yeah. Believe it or not, The hardest skill position to find is quarterback. You can find a receiver. You can find a running back. You can even, I promise you can find a safety if you really wanted one. But to find a quarterback or find 5 offensive linemen that can play as one entity, that is about the second hardest thing to find.
And the Cowboys may be closer.
Yes,
I'm not saying they're there yet.
They're closer. Yes, they are.
Closer.
Yes, they are.
Okay, we got our picks to click. And who wins on Sunday at 3:25 on CBS when we come back in a moment?
Missouri.
That's right.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/cowboys.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pregame sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
The National Medal of Honor Museum is now open in Arlington, Texas, just a few blocks from AT&T Stadium. Immersive exhibits and exciting technology allow you to fly a rescue helicopter mission in Vietnam and have conversations with virtual Medal of Honor recipients. Come be inspired by these incredible stories of ordinary Americans who did the extraordinary. Get your tickets at mohmuseum.org.
Back to Mick Shots.
Cowboys Nation, Dallas Cowboys United, presented by Globe Life, is exclusively in the Dallas Cowboys app. Join the official fan club today to receive access to Cowboys Drops, where you can win game tickets, autographed items, exclusive experiences, and more. Download the app to join.
All right, final segment here of Mixed Shots for the week. One other guy I want to point out on the Broncos coaching staff is their quarterbacks coach, Davis Webb, who is a
local
rising
guy, right?
from Prosper. This is the Prosper Show. Davis Webb, a rising coaching star in this league, 30 years old, and
it's amazing how Sean Payton finds these guys.
Well,
him and the coach for Tampa Bay. It's like they just keep reloading. Todd Bowles, just keep finding guys.
Yep.
Just keep reloading, bro.
Yep.
Well, he would have been familiar with them, maybe, because Sean was in the area for a while when he was
sure.
playing.
In fact, he was the when he wasn't coaching the Saints for that.
That's right.
He was the offensive coordinator, quote unquote, at Liberty Christian.
Right.
But Davis Webb went to Tech. He was at Tech when they had Mahomes and Mayfield there. So they had 3 quarterbacks who became NFL draft picks that Cliff Kingsbury had out there. And then Davis Webb transferred to Cal, played for Sonny Dykes at Cal, then was a 3rd-round draft pick. And he got with Brian Dable, and Dable loved him at Buffalo. And then he was with the Giants and retired at a young age to get into coaching, and Peyton was able to get him away from Dable. And he's going to – the next offensive coordinator opening in the league, Davis Webb's going to be a prime candidate for the work that he's done with Bo Nix the last couple of years, and he's got a head coaching future as well in this league. So
Yeah, it clicked. Yeah, I better get to it. You clicking and picking and.
Oh, we got to do it quickly.
Yeah.
You got those guys?
I do. Is Nate going to participate?
No, Nate picks the Cowboys.
I'm good.
You want to pick a player?
Is there a player to watch?
How about a player?
Yeah, number 93, DJ
Jones for Denver. You got anybody for
We don't
Dallas?
want to hear his name.
All right.
Okay.
We don't want to hear his name.
So who on the Cowboys is going to take care of him?
He gonna have to
Interior
be.
guys.
Yeah, but Hoffman. Hoffman, yeah, he's my pick to click.
There you go. There's your pick to click. Brock Hoffman.
Yeah.
All right. You start with Everson. Everson, by the way, says he's listening. Do you really think he's listening?
Somewhere on a golf course.
All right. Okay. Oh, I bet I know who Everson's going to pick. What position do you think Everson would pick for pick to click?
Deron Bland.
Yep. Deron Bland. He's picking another pick for Bland. Hold his side down. And he is picking a Cowboys win 36-30. 36-30.
Okay.
All right. Heckma, who's off doing high school football. Where's his pick? I had it here somewhere, didn't I?
Hang on. Let me see.
Did he send it on a different thread? I know who it is.
He picked Jake Ferguson.
Okay.
And Cowboys win 35-27.
Okay. No, he didn't pick Jake Ferguson. He picked Ferg Kittle Kelsey.
Well, okay. I didn't know if anybody would understand.
2 tutties. That's touchdowns. 35-27. All right.
That was over my head.
On National Tight End Day, there.
Yes, it's National Tight End
It is National
Day.
Tight End Day on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
So, Ferg Kittle Kelsey.
Okay.
2 TDs.
You're up, Mickey.
I am up.
Pondering this.
I am, because I didn't think of my pick to click.
I haven't thought of any of them.
I'm going to say, because this needs to happen, my pick to click is Javonte Williams. That's what needs to happen. And Cowboys win 33-30.
Okay. 33-30. How many field goals is that?
I don't know. It just sounds like a good number. I used to wear in junior high basketball number 33. So
I was number 33. Nate, what number were you in basketball at Jones High School in Orlando, Florida? How do I know your high school?
Yeah,
Jones High School,
yes,
right?
Man, Barry Switzer knew it too.
Yeah. See, I learned from the best.
Yeah.
Barry, he knows everybody's high school. Do you recall the score of the Super Bowl when the Cowboys beat the Broncos? 27-10 was the final score.
That's what you're going with.
Nope, I'm not going with that. I'm going with my pick to click will be an NFL record-setting field goal from Brandon Aubrey.
All right.
At Empower Field at Mile High. And it will be a game-winning field goal as the Cowboys win 43-40 over the Broncos.
You're
going to take the 40 burger on the road this week.
Some thin air, all those points. Huh?
Yep. So I don't know how many field goals that would be, 43 points, but there it is.
And by the way, when we talk
70-yard field goal by
70,
Aubrey.
he's going to go
Yeah,
70.
70.
I was going
to win the game.
Clarify something when we were talking altitude yesterday, and I was talking about, being in altitude, skiing and all that. I was referring to 9,000 feet, not 5,200 feet.
What mountain were you on?
It would have been either Copper or Beaver Creek.
Okay.
It's a little higher than Denver.
And so what happened?
Well, we were
I didn't
talking
hear
about
the
the
story.
effect.
Fill it in, because I was not here.
We
when
were
you
talking about the effect of altitude, and I said, yeah, when I get there, I'm going up steps, and boy, it's like 2 floors of steps right away, and I'm gassed.
Mm-hmm.
But it was at 9,000 feet at the base of the city. This is 5,200 feet, so that doesn't compare, and it affects you, but a mile high is not as bad as 9,000 feet, believe
A
me.
mile and a half high.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we got
right.
the tour
Tours are coming through. It's
A lot of
Friday.
Cowboy fans you can sell are getting excited about the game, even though it's not here. All right, Nate.
Nate, thanks.
Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for the
Sure
great
appreciate
discussion.
you joining us.
This was a Nate special. He was prepared.
Yep. This is your pregame show for your regular show, right?
No, Jesse got me.
Okay.
Jesse got me.
All right. All right. That does it for Mick Shots for another week. Enjoy the game, and we will shout at you on a Victory Monday at high noon.
We'll see if we're doing victory formation.
You see how before they put him out? You see how
Go Cowboys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this,